The Promise of Destiny, a true story. If you've ever passed through the small town of Pine Hollow, Colorado, you'll see that it's remained virtually unchanged for decades. A main road, a gas station, a few small shops, and an old diner called Ruth's Diner. But there's one place the townspeople always mention when talking about strange things. That's Old Pine Bridge. An old wooden bridge spanning the Pine River on the edge of town. During the day, it's just an ordinary bridge, but at night, few people want to stop there. The story begins with a girl named Sarah Whitmore. Sarah was born and raised in Pine Hollow. She worked at Ruth's Diner for almost 3 years. She was the kind of person everyone in town liked. Always polite, always smiling, and almost everyone knew she was in love with Jacob Miller. Jacob worked at the only auto repair shop in town. They had known each other since high school. They had been together for almost 5 years. In a small town like Pine Hollow, that almost meant they would get married. But Jacob had other plans. He wanted to leave Pine Hollow and open a big garage in Denver. Sarah didn't want to leave town. Her family was here. Her life was here. That led to more and more arguments between them. One evening in early October, they met on Old Pine Bridge. A cold wind blew across the dark river. Sarah leaned against the bridge railing.
Jacob, are you really going to leave town?
Jacob nodded.
Just for a few years?
You've been saying that for 2 years now.
Jacob sighed.
Sarah, I can't stay here forever.
Sarah looked at him for a long time. Then she said,
Promise me one thing.
Jacob looked at her.
If I leave, I'll come back.
Sarah continued.
Not someday. You have to come back to get me.
Jacob nodded. I promise. Sarah smiled. 3 weeks after that night, Jacob left Pine Hollow for Denver. Sarah didn't see him off. Some people said they had a big argument before he left. After that, Sarah changed. She still worked at Ruth's Diner, but she was less talkative. Many people saw her often looking out the diner window, as if waiting for someone. One November evening, Sarah finished work around 11 o'clock. The last colleague to leave the diner was Mark Reynolds. Mark said that when he locked the doors, Sarah was still standing in the parking lot. She was looking down the road leading to Old Pine Bridge. Mark asked her,
Sarah, are you okay?
Sarah only replied,
He'll be back.
Mark thought she was talking about Jacob. That was the last time anyone spoke to Sarah. Around 1 a.m., a truck driver was driving across Old Pine Bridge. He said he saw a girl standing near the bridge railing. He thought she was in trouble, so he slowed down. But as he got closer, the girl was no longer there. Police arrived to check the bridge after that call. They found Sarah's phone on the bridge. The screen was cracked. Right next to it were her shoes. There was an unsent text message to Jacob on Sarah's phone. The message read, I waited, but you didn't come. Around midnight that night, Sarah called Jacob and told him she was pregnant with his child. Jacob answered the phone, and they had an argument. He decided he didn't want a child yet. According to the police, Sarah had stood on the bridge railing in despair. She believed Jacob had broken his promise, and in a moment of agony, she stepped over the railing and jumped into the Pine River. Her body was never found. After Sarah's death, Pine Hollow returned to normal life. But then stories began to surface. The first person to speak of it was Deputy Carl Benson. One night, around 2 a.m., he was driving his patrol car over Old Pine Bridge. As his headlights shone on the bridge, he saw a girl standing near the railing. She was wearing a thin coat and had long hair. Carl stopped the car immediately, but when he got out of the car, there was no one on the bridge, only fog and wet footprints on the bridge. Those footprints led to the railing and then disappeared. Later, many others said they saw the same thing. A taxi driver said that when he stopped and asked if she needed help, she only asked one question, did he come back? When he turned the car around and shone the headlights back, she was gone. Nearly a year later, Jacob returned to Pine Hollow. He heard stories about Sarah. He didn't expect things would end like that. So one night, he drove to Old Pine Bridge. Around 11 p.m., a neighbor said they heard Jacob shouting.
Sarah,
The next morning, Jacob's car was still parked on the bridge. The car door was open. The headlights were on, but Jacob wasn't in the car. The police found him unconscious on the riverbank below. When he woke up in the hospital, Jacob said he had seen Sarah. She was standing in the middle of the bridge. Her shirt was wet. Her hair was stuck to her face. She looked at him and asked, "Why did you break your promise?" Jacob said he tried to explain that he had come back. But Sarah just repeated, "You promised," Jacob said as he approached. Sarah stepped back toward the railing. Just like the night she died, he tried to run to hold her back, but when he touched her, his hand went through her body. Sarah fell backward and disappeared into the darkness. Jacob tried to climb over the railing to find her. That's when he slipped and fell into the river. Jacob left Pine Hollow a few days after being discharged from the hospital. He never returned, but the townspeople said that on foggy nights, if you drive across Old Pine Bridge, you might see a girl standing in the middle of the bridge. She looks toward the road leading out of town, as if waiting for someone to return. And if you stop long enough, she might turn to look at you and ask a very simple question. Did he come back?